What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to set up vertex painting. So first thing you got to do is get your mesh. So in our scenario, I've got this really high poly plane like this. So in Blender, it looks more like this. Very high poly because in vertex painting, you're painting those points. So the higher poly your mesh is, the easier it will be to paint without it looking a bit too like sort of sharp in its transition. Let's go back to wireframe or go back to lit. And we go to mesh paint, and I'm going to keep that at white, keep that at black, and we're going to just have red ticked on because my current material is only using the red channel. And as you can see, when I go to paint, we get to paint this surface. If I go to the floor one, it's the same thing. And if I go to this one only has 4 points. If we go back to wireframe, there's only 4 points. It's a standard plane, which means when I go to paint it, I can only paint those points. So I can't paint in the middle anything because I can only paint on those points, meaning we get far less sort of control over being able to paint where we want. So make sure your mesh that you're painting is high enough poly to sort of work with what you're doing. So let's get started. Right click in your content browser, click material. We're going to go M underscore vertex painting tutorial. Open that up. Doesn't matter about the name. I call it M underscore because it's M for material. And right click, write vertex, and you get vertex color. You can write the whole thing if you want. Click it or press enter, and boom. That is basically most of this shader done because this does all the work for you. Now we're going to want a lerp. So L left click. So our lerp will basically blend between two things. In this scenario, we want to press 3 left click and get 2 different colors. So we're going to go orange and green. What great colors. I mean, I really like that. In fact, those are probably my 2 favorite colors, so I can't really say anything. And we're going to use, actually in this scenario, we'll use the green channel. If I go to plug that in and go to base color and click apply, that's kind of basically done. At least we're just blending between 2 colors. So if I throw that onto this canvas here, or onto this plane, and we stay in this menu, and we make sure we go to green. At least I believe I clicked to green, yep. And then we go to paint it. So yours will be completely filled in. I'll be messing with it already. So if we just go fill, or select it first. Fill, it will fill it to whatever you want. So the fill tool is really useful because if you like, for example, invert that, click fill, you can pick what color you want. And I can start painting on it. Wow, they're very similar looking, weirdly enough. And there you go. You've got your 2 different vertex painted colors. If you're using, make sure to always sort to the channel that you are using. You can use multiple channels, up to 4 of them. I believe this just combines them all. So up to 4 of them, you've got your red, green, blue, alpha. So if, for example, let's make that red, connect that up to here. Let's say we wanted to make it so our roughness or our metallic and our roughness. So they're going to be at the values of 0 and 1. So you can customize those to whatever you want, either by putting in like a constant or just changing the value after clicking them. So a value of, for example, 1 metallic will make it metal. So we're just going to keep that at metal and non-metal. And we're going to keep it at very shiny and non-shiny for the roughness. And we connect our green into there, our blue into there. You will now have the ability to not only paint your color, but paint how much metallicness there is and how much roughness there is. So we click apply. And then if we were to tick all 3 of them, so let's just fill, we would actually be able to paint it. So if we invert it or hold shift, holding shift allows you to invert, or it will use the erase color. We will now have a metallic metal that's very dull and a sort of orange plastic that's very shiny. However, if we only tick red, we'll be only painting the color. So as you can see, we're painting green back on. And if I go over here, we could paint some orange. If we go to green, we'll be only painting our metals. And if we go to only blue, we'll be painting our roughness value. And again, you can change those into, to whatever value you want from here. So if we want it to be more towards one value or the other, you can select that. Being that the roughness and metallic are between value of 1 and 0, this basically can just determine how much value you've got there. But yeah, that's the basic setup of how you set up vertex color. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.